Hello everybody and welcome to today's video. Recently, me and a friend took a trip down to Silver Spring State Park in Central Florida to do some kayaking. And I was excited because this was going to be the first proper trip that I was taking in my Outback with its new sleeper camper build. If you're curious, I did a separate video on what goes into that build, but essentially I made a mattress and turned the back of the Outback into a mini tent. This was a quick turnaround trip, but I was going to be sleeping in the back of the Outback for a couple of days. And since this was a quick turnaround trip, I didn't bring much gear with me. The only thing I really brought with me was my trusty Canon 1DX. And because I was going to be doing mostly wildlife shooting, I brought my Canon 1-400mm lens. As a quick aside, this lens is over 20 years old and I've probably taken 25,000 photos with it. It still looks fantastic. The images you can get from it are stunning. So this was my lens of choice on this trip. So that is the overview of the trip. We start this short film on a Friday after work. I hope you enjoy. All right, here we are on day one of the Florida weekend trip. The Outback is packed up and ready to go. I'll be driving maybe 5 or 6 hours today. Then I'm gonna get up and go to Silver Springs State Park. My buddy Ian is actually already in the area doing who knows what.
So am I spoken too soon about there not being crackheads at Cracker Barrel?
We're gonna meet up, hang out in Silver Springs, kayak, grill out, do all that fun stuff. Hopefully nothing too exciting happens while I'm on the road. All right, here's the thing about road trips. Let me give you a little secret. What they don't tell you is that, yeah, it's all fun and games if you're seeing sunsets and sunrises in Zion National Park. Other times you're sitting in a rest area in Savannah, Georgia when it's 33 degrees out and you have to eat old croissants that I made 12 hours ago. So if you're getting into it, something to keep in mind that there's some highs and some lows, and just be prepared for it, that's all. Here we are at the first stop of the trip right now. I don't know if I'm going to sleep here or not, or get some rest. I'm in a rest area. I'm not too tired, but you know, you never know. And I'm in the back of the Outback right now. This bed is super comfortable, so gonna stay back here for a little bit and relax, and then probably about 7 or 8 hours see a good sunrise. So it is 4:22 in the morning and it is freaking freezing. It is so cold. For people in the south, we can handle humidity and heat and stuff, but man, the cold. Listening to some Between the Buried and Me, that'll get your blood going. I've got this God, I don't even know what it is. I've got this energy vitamin drink thing. We'll see what it tastes like. Chocolate, at least. Who knows? That'll be breakfast for this morning. But anyway, so I'm gonna get on the road and see what happens.
Look who it is.
You know, I was thinking we drove 400 miles to hang out.
I know, right? And then at home we just see each other at work. All right, I got a sausage biscuit for you. Oh, you already started it?
Yeah.
Okay. To be
Oh
honest.
boy. Did you see that?
What?
I don't know, whatever just dove in the water. It's going in between us.
It's oh, it's an otter.
Is it?
Yeah, look to your right. Did you see it?
I mean, kind of.
Yeah, there he is. A little otter. See him? Every time you look away. I promise it was an otter. It was actually an alligator.
It was real slithery.
Yeah. Otters are pretty slithery.
Are we going that way?
Yeah. It's the alligator run. I know you're excited about paddling with alligators.
I am.
The trick is that when you see one, just don't paddle quickly. Because I think what people do sometimes is they kind of are like, oh, an alligator, and then they just start paddling away. And then they see the splashing, and that's what triggers their eat that person instinct. So just don't do that.
It's pretty neat. It's like a hiking trail, but for
boats. Oh, hey, how you doing? So look along the banks for the gators. It's so cold right now that they're not really wanting to be in the water. So you might see one just sitting on the bank sunning. The blue heron to your right.
I'm about to
Scare him.
and get into your shot.
He's looking at you like, whoa.
Don't mind me.
Oh my gosh. Oh, there's an alligator. You see him? Straight ahead of you.
Oh, wow.
That's a hefty one. Let's see, get a shot of him for the folks viewing at home.
God, he's giant.
Yeah.
The tails are huge.
Can we get closer?
Maybe on the way back.
Turn right onto Northeast 49th Street Road.
All right, I'll pass it here. Have you pressed that extreme mode yet on your Subaru?
It's called X mode, pretty much. And it's me. Very quick.
Actually, what time is it? Just like rubber.
You're like, camera's on, it's game time. And we're back. That was the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. The Outback camper did fantastic. I was so happy with how it turned out and how essentially the idea of putting a bed in the back worked, and it was super comfortable. A build is never done, especially, once you get into it, but this is a really good start, and I'm excited to see where the rest of the Outback goes. As far as the trip, Ian and I have been friends for a long time, and we always try and do one big trip somewhere together. A lot of times we actually do two different trips, and then we meet up at a central point and hang out for a little bit, and that's what we did here. He had been down in Florida for a while, and I met him down there. But as far as the wildlife shots I got, I was really happy with how a couple of them turned out, especially the great blue heron and the warbler. I think that's how you pronounce it, warbler. Anyway, the small bird, it was tough taking this lens in the kayak, but I knew I needed a telephoto lens. And that's because in a kayak, you're dealing with wakes and the buoyancy of the water, and it'll knock you around, and it's hard to get a steady shot. And it was actually a lot of fun and challenging to try and steer the kayak, because you would have the paddle with you, and you're trying to hold the camera. And anyway, it was a fun exercise. The little lagoon we were at wasn't too dangerous or anything. So it was a good start for me to get into kayaking and all that. But anyway, that was my quick Florida trip. I hope you enjoyed it, and thank you for watching.